Hello, are you new to the Splatoon franchise? Just starting out in Splatoon 2 and confused where to start? Well, this video is for you. One of the biggest tips for new players is to try out the gyro/motion controls. I know some players still prefer stick controls, but a lot of players find motion controls to be quite useful. Either way, it's definitely worth your time to try out for yourself and see what you prefer. Motion controls are switched on as a default too, so you do not have to change any settings to start out. Every time you open the game, you'll see your Inkling standing here in Incomplete Square. At the top right of your screen, you'll see an XP bar and a cash counter. You earn these by doing any of the multiplayer modes, with you gaining more of both resources when you are on the winning team. But before you jump into multiplayer, I suggest checking out Singleplayer if you are completely new to the franchise. This is because it serves as a tutorial for the main weapon classes in the game, as well as introduce you to some of the sub and special weapons. Each weapon you can use in multiplayer comes with not only the main weapon, but also a kit, which comprises a sub weapon and a special weapon. The mechanics are slightly different from Singleplayer, since you have to charge your special meter to use your special, instead of finding it in certain single-player levels for a single use only. You can also find tickets while completing the single-player campaign. These can be exchanged for buffs at Krusty Sean, the food truck in Incomplete Square. The buffs can speed up XP or cash gain, which will be very useful when you are just starting out in the main multiplayer mode, Turf War. This is because you'll need to unlock weapons for Turf War by purchasing them with money you earn from matches. At level 1, you only have access to the Splattershot Jr., and Sheldon, the weapon vendor, will only sell you other weapons once you have gained some levels. So if there's a weapon you want to use that requires more money or levels to unlock, the tickets will definitely come in handy. Money also allows you to buy cool gear, which is the umbrella term for shirts, hats, and shoes you can use to dress your Inkling. They provide passive buffs in Turf War in the form of gear abilities. You can order gear that is being worn by anyone you see in Incomplete Square. Go up to them and inspect their gear. You will be able to ask merch to find you the same gear with some exceptions. There's even a chance of it having all the same abilities. It will, however, be more expensive than buying gear from shops. Additionally, you'll have to wait a day minimum for merch to find it. There's some other stuff to explore in Incomplete Square other than the shops, and access to all the different game modes. You can post drawings from the red post box if you link your account to Twitter, and there's even a rhythm game on the arcade machine. Single player isn't the only place you can prepare for Turf War. You can test out any weapons you own in the training area to get used to the weapon's range and its kit. With all that said, you're ready to head into Turf War and experience the joys of Squid Game 4v4s. There's one more thing you should know about the Splatoon community culture as you start out. You'll probably encounter squid baggers in Turf War. Squid bagging, or squid flopping, is when a player keeps going in and out of squid form in rapid succession. The act of squid flopping is considered rude in competitive, but for Turf War it could potentially mean some fun ceasefire hangouts during the game. If the squid flopper you find exclusively does it to their opponents only right after they kill them, it's probably being used as a taunt, just like squatting over a fallen enemy in other competitive games. But if a couple of players start squid flopping at each other for no apparent reason, they are initiating a ceasefire. And when a lobby has a majority of peaceful players, it is also known as a squid party. However, if you'd like to play normal battles instead of participate in a squid party, it's good etiquette to limit your aggression to other serious players, disconnect, or join the party. You can always leave the lobby and find a new one later. And with that, we have come to the end of the video. If you ever want more resources on Splatoon 2, there are loads of guides on Twitch and YouTube, and you can check out sendo.inc for some useful links, maps, and other information about the community. I wish you the best of luck in your games, and I hope you enjoy Splatoon 2 as much as I do. Happy splatting!